So is there a difference between a pre-qualification letter from a mortgage lender versus a pre-approval letter? You bet your bottom dollar there is. So hey, Rhonda, how are you?
Hey, Melissa, doing excellent.
So today our topic is the difference between getting a pre-qualification letter from a mortgage lender or getting a pre-approval letter. Is there something that's different between the two? So, Rhonda, let's first talk about what goes into a pre-qualification letter.
So, typically speaking, the pre-qualification letter is going to say, as a loan officer, that I've reviewed their credit in writing, I've reviewed all of their income documents in writing, I reviewed their asset documents for closing costs in writing, and that based on everything that I see, I'm what they call 90% sure that this loan is going to go to closing. And the actual prequel letter asks those questions. Have you seen it? And have you seen it in writing? Or are you just going off of what the borrower told you? Well, the borrower has an idea in their mind, of course, of what they make every month, but sometimes they'll tell us a little bit more or a little bit less. And so it's not actually totally accurate based on what I can document. And so you always want to look at those prequel letters that say that the loan officer has reviewed it in writing. Now, sometimes those are just as good as the loan officer is behind it. So if you don't have enough information, you might miss something that causes it not to close, or if you didn't do a really thorough review of it, you might miss something. And so that's why they're kind of 90%. The other 10% is that you don't know anything about the property, and so you don't know what they're going to buy yet and if there's going to be any challenges with the property. Now, the pre-approval letter is going to say, not only, yes, did I look at all of that stuff and I feel really good about it, but I've sent it to the next level and my underwriter has reviewed it, the one that's going to sign off at the end saying yes. They have also reviewed it and agree with me that yes, this borrower is going to be able to qualify for this price range. So it gives you that next step of an approval process where it's taken that end step. The only thing you need to fill in is appraisal and title report on the property. And so it gives you a much stronger case to write an offer to a seller. With the pre-approval letter, the seller has the confidence that it's already gone to that next level and been pre-underwritten and pre-approved based on the data that we have right now.
And so in our market in today in Alaska, we remain in what we still call a low inventory market, even though mortgage interest rates have gone up. And so if you're out there looking to make a purchase, it's super important that you do work with a mortgage loan officer who actually can help you understand this difference. As a listing agent in the last year, the last 12 months, I have received over 300 purchase contracts on all the listings that I've done. Some listings I got 18 offers, some listings we got 12 offers. The interesting thing is those letters that come from lenders. We, as an industry, we let our sellers know that 90% letter is attached, is in that folder on that particular offer, there's a 90% letter. And what I recognized and what I taught my sellers to look for is exactly what Rhonda said. There are some lenders that will put out a 90% letter that says verbal, that I verbally checked their income, I verbally checked their assets, but I haven't really looked at it in writing. Then you get an offer where it's pre-approved, that it has a statement on there that yes, income, assets have been verified. It's huge because the seller then feels confident. Because the one thing that even when it's a seller's market, when a property goes under contract and then it falls apart because of the buyer's financing, I have never once had a new agent reach out to me and say, what happened? Did the buyer flake out? No, it's always what's wrong with the property. So again, if you're out looking to make a purchase in today's market, or if you're looking to sell your home, you need to be working with professionals in this industry that can explain the difference to you, because there is a huge difference between a verbal pre-qualification versus a pre-approval, like Rhonda was saying, where that information was given all through the underwriter, and all we're waiting for is for the appraisal to come back and a clean title report. The buyer has basically been totally approved. The house now needs to be approved in order to be sold, which is the appraisal and the title report. So did I miss anything there, Rhonda?
Well, there's some advantages to it and disadvantages. So the disadvantage is that it takes a little bit more time, right, to get that letter in your hand. So yes, you can bring me your tax returns, your pay stubs, your W-2s, your bank statements, and I can pull the credit report, and I can, with confidence myself, because I've been doing this for like 40 years, say, yep, everything that I see based on my experience says you're going to qualify for this house. And that's super quick and easy. But you get a pre-qualification letter that isn't as strong as the pre-approval letter. So the con is that you have to get all that documentation in. I put it together, and then I have to send it up to underwriting. It takes an extra couple of days to get that pre-approval letter. But then you have a much stronger offer that you're going to give to a seller if you're in a competition. And the other thing that it does is it just kind of lightens that burden off your shoulders that, oh my gosh, I have to not only find the house, but I have to get this other paperwork, and I have to get this, and what if the underwriter doesn't like it? It just takes that worry out of your head, and now you can 100% focus on finding that right house for you. So doing the pre-approval process takes a little bit longer, but it sure gives you a much stronger offering position than somebody with just a verbal pre-qual letter.
It's really true, because of those hundreds and hundreds of offers, it was really clearly easy for some of my sellers to look at a pre-qual letter that was verbal and say, oh, could you call and confirm with this lender whether this person has really gotten you the documentation? Again, documentation, like we've talked about in a previous show, you have to get all this documentation to the lender because the lender wants to make sure that you're going to be able to repay that 97% that they're giving you back over a 30-year time period. So documentation is super, super important. So follow me on all our social media sites. You can follow me at Melissa Harmel Realtor. And again, at the end of this video, you'll have my contact information, Rhonda's contact information. Pick up the phone, call us, chat with us, text us, email us, and we'll be happy to chat with you. So we'll see you again next week, Rhonda. Have a good day.